Hey, what's up guys, it's Theo from Concept. So today we are going to create this simple Instagram profile look in Adobe Photoshop. So let's just get started. Welcome to Concept. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. So let's go ahead and open up our application. As always, I'm using Adobe Photoshop and I'll go ahead and create a new document. I'm also going to set my width and height to be the exact same thing, so 2K by 2K. That is because I'll be posting on Instagram and I want it to be in a square shaped form. You can also use 4 by 5, but I just prefer 1 by 1. So this is the image we are going to be using as you saw in the intro. So I'm going ahead to open it up in Adobe Photoshop. Now I really want to get rid of this guy right here, so I'll go ahead and grab the quick selection tool. It's W on your keyboard or Shift W in some cases, and I'll go ahead and create a selection by clicking and dragging over her body like so. Now this is a lot easier because the background is blurred out of the image, so creating a selection is a lot simpler, hence using the quick selection tool. So let me just go back to the zoom tool and try to get this placed back. So I press W again for the quick selection tool, and I'll go ahead and create these selections as well by clicking and dragging. So let me just move about and see if I have everything I need. Alright, so the selection isn't perfect, but I think I prefer it this way. This is just a tutorial. I should have checked this. So for the ears, that's the problem with the quick selection tool. You don't always get what you want, so you have to be extra cautious. Now since it has created this selection, I don't actually need this part. So what I'll do is, with the quick selection still active, I can click on this icon right here to get the unselect selection. Then I can unselect these areas, or you can just hold down the shift key whilst it is still on the plus icon. So with the quick selection tool still active, I'll just go ahead and right click on this part and go to layer via copy. You can also use layer via cut, and what this does is it cuts it out or copy it out of this selection. So what I'll do is I'll just click, drag onto my workspace and just leave it in here, and you can see this image is quite huge. So before I resize it, I right click and go to convert to smart object. I do this because I don't want to lose as much quality of the image. I think somewhere around here should do just fine. Now I want us to apply some form of effect on the background before our main image, which I can double click and rename it to image. I prefer to have all my text in caps. So with the background selected, I'll go into, you know what, I actually want to sample the actual color of Instagram. I know there's an orange, there's a purple, so you know what, let me just bring this up. So these are social media icons that you can get when you just Google any of them. Just Google social media icons and you get a bunch of them. So I'll go into the middle icon or the fourth icon from either side. That's the adjustment panel, and I'll click on gradient. Now I'll click on this box right here or rectangle right here to open up the gradient editor, and I'll select any of the presets. I'll just go with the first one because we'll be adding our own later on. Now before I even go into that, I want to sample these colors first. So I'll sample the first color from here, kind of yellowish, and I'll click on the background color and also sample something. So let me just bring it into my work so that I don't have to be going back and forth like so. So let's just put it here for reference. So let's go back to the gradients, double click on this to bring it up again. Inside the gradient editor, I'll click on the first box right here, I'll click on color and I'll select this color, so that is okay. Then I'll select the last icon, I'll click on color and I'll select the last icon, the last color over here. So in between we have various colors, so I see about 2 colors, so let's work with those. So in between, somewhere around here, I'll click on color again and I'll select an in-betweener. Then I'll click on OK, and over here also do the exact same thing, and I'll select is it a purple color? So yeah, something like this, and click on OK. And I can click on OK, but I want to just stretch this out a little bit so that it blends in much nicely, and I'll just click on OK. And I'm going to change the angle so that it kind of matches this. I think about 45-degree angle should be okay. Yeah, this is looking cool, so I can work with this. And you can also just click and drag to any side in case you want to increase or decrease some form of intensity. That should be looking awesome for you. I actually don't like this color over here. I prefer it to be much yellow, so I'll go back into the gradient editor and I'll change that color to, let's go with a much yellowish look. I think this looks okay. I'll probably sample this also and make it just a little bit yellowish. I think I prefer this one instead. So click on OK several times and I'll just leave that. Let's hide this for a second. We might come back to that. So you know what, let's create a group for this so that everything we are doing, or better still, let's just create a circle. So go into the shapes tool and select the ellipse tool. Now click on it once. This dialog box is going to appear, so you can see my width and height are of the same, and I'll just click on OK. What this allows me to do is, if I go back to my move tool, sorry, you can't see because it is beneath the image, so it's going to be showing at the back of the image. Let's click and drag on top. So this is what I have. I'll hold down the Shift and Alt key, or just the Shift key, and resize it to something like this. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, and place it at the center somewhere like this is okay. And I'll click and drag onto beneath the image, so I have something like this. Now I want to reposition this image, because if you take a look at this side, you can see that it is actually not uniform, so I'll just bring it somewhere around here. That's looking much better. Alright, so let's zoom out and see what we are working with. I also want to change the size. Sorry, I actually have to click and drag from a corner, so I think something like this should be okay. Yeah, I prefer this one. And we are also going to change the color to white, obviously, because it's not nice that way. So this is looking quite cool. But before that, we also don't want the image to be overlapping like so. This is looking weird. So making sure that the image is on top of our ellipse, the one we just created, right click and go to create clipping mask, and it's just going to clip it like so. I can also just reposition this. Something like this is okay. Let me go ahead and save this before I forget. So let's call this Instagram profile. Yeah, I think this is okay. Let's save this on the desktop for the meantime. So this is looking cool. We obviously have to add in our Instagram handle, so I'll bring that Instagram icon back. But what I'm interested in at the moment is just the white portions. I don't need the colorful areas, so I'll just be using the let's use the magic wand for that, because we can just sample the white part out of this image. So I'll click on the white part just once. You know what, I think we should recreate this. You know what, let's just continue. Recreating is going to take up this time. So select that area, right click and go to layer via cut or layer via copy. Either one should work. So I'll change that, sorry, I'll make that invisible. Go back to this layer, which is this one we are working with. Go back to the magic wand, select this white part, right click, layer via cut, also hide that one, and we'll go back to the Instagram again. Select that area, right click, layer via cut, and we have this. So I can go ahead and delete the Instagram. We don't need it anymore. So if I bring all of these back, this is what we are getting. Now if you see the edges are not smooth, that's why I wanted to recreate, but this is just a tutorial. You don't actually see this if the image is far back like so. So what I'll do is I'll just select all these. You can go ahead and group them, but I'll go ahead and merge them. So you can use Ctrl E or just right click and go to merge layers. So if I fit this to screen, I can add in my Instagram handle or hers. Actually, I don't think she's even on Instagram. So let's just come up with something funny. So let's just see, it's actually supposed to be lower caps. So highlight these, right click and change the color to white, obviously just to match this theme. So I'll highlight everything and increase the size of the text. I think about 24 should be just fine. I should have probably brought up my rulers so that I can actually place this at the center, but since I didn't do that in the beginning of this video, let's do that right now. So hold down the Control key and press R to bring up the rulers. You see it appear. I'll click from this edge towards the center and it should snap like so. Yes, it snaps somewhere around here. So what I can do is I can select these two things, that is the icon and my text, and try to place it at the center somewhere around here, and this is looking awesome. Now under normal circumstance, this is what I'll be going for, but I prefer to have a rectangle at the bottom, so select the rectangle tool and create a rectangle instead. And I'm going to make the rectangle color much darker, so I'll just use the move tool to stretch it out to probably this area. So any dark color should do just fine, but I'll just prefer using black because I like the color. And I'm going to place the Instagram icon and the handle on top so that they'll be showing at the top of the text, at the top of the rectangle like so. It appears I should actually reduce the size of this, so I think 18 points should be fine, and I should also reduce this. So yeah, this is looking cool for me. So basically this is it. This is a nice way of introducing people to your Instagram handle. Once you save this up as an image, you can go ahead and just share with your friends and they can follow you on Instagram on this simple handle. So yeah, basically that's it. Thank you guys for watching. If you want this as that same PSD, I'll have it linked in the description below as always. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to watch more of our videos, subscribe to our channel, and as always, don't forget to share with your family and friends. This is Theo from Concept, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.